Hey everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, if it's your first time, or welcome back if you've been with me before. This class is coming to you from the beautiful, beautiful lands of Nosara, Costa Rica. And this is a practice working towards a peak pose, which is dancer's pose. So we're going to open up the heart, the chest, the hips, the hamstrings as well. It really is a total body practice. A couple of blocks might be helpful. They're not necessary, but it's always nice to bring the floor up to us. We'll rest in Shavasana to receive the practice, and we'll close the practice with our intention and just resting in the heart and gratitude. And so if you like the practice, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to stay in touch and stay connected, I write my love letters, so my email list, it's free. You can sign up below. It's just me writing to you inspiration, musings, and offerings. And I do have an offering coming up in February of 2026 here in Costa Rica. It is a women's yoga retreat, and I'm super excited to share that with you. And more information for that is down below. Just check the description for the links. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want to connect. Get into something comfortable and let's get this practice started. Let's begin today's practice in child's pose. So go ahead towards the back of the mat, have your toes touch, knees out wide, sit bones on the heels, and then walk or slide the hands forward. You can have the elbows soft and bent to make this more passive. Make your adjustments and landing in your intentional starting shape, child's pose. And just feel your hips sink heavy toward the heels. Let your shoulders relax, let your belly relax. Start to feel that stretch and opening in the hips and the lower back, the spine. And we'll invite in 2 deep cleansing breaths to land a little deeper. So exhale your breath through your nose. Inhale through your nose, let your belly, your ribs, your chest expand, inflate. And a big exhale out through the mouth, release, let it go. We'll do that one more time. Nice big breath in, fill up all the way up into the collarbones. And exhale out through the mouth, release, let it go. All the air goes out. And then we'll shift the breath to just be in and out of both nostrils. Landing here in your practice exactly as you are. Taking this moment to just check in with yourself. Noticing how your body is feeling. Notice your energy. Notice how you're experiencing your mind and your breath. This is all without judgment or creating a story. You're just simply sitting in the seat of the observer. Just start to breathe a little bit deeper in and out through the nose. Setting the intention to smoothen out the breath. Allowing the breath to be the anchor to the present moment throughout practice. Each breath to nourish us. And maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe it is to be with the breath and be present. Maybe it is to give it your best. Maybe it is to invite an openness. Or maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice to a loved one or someone who might be needing some extra support. Just take a moment for this. A couple breaths. And as we anchor into that breath practice and to our intention or perhaps dedication, we'll just start to lengthen out the arms. So Extend the elbows, push down in the palms. You're going to walk your hands all the way over to the top right corner of the mat. And maybe your left hand reaches a little farther than the right hand. Close the left shoulder down, root down through your left sit bone. And breathe a little more life into the left side body, left shoulder. Starting to awaken and open up with our warm-up. And you're going to lift your forehead off the mat, walk your hands through center, continue walking all the way over to the top left corner of the mat. And extend, maybe reach your right hand a little farther than the left. Close your right shoulder down, root down through the right sit bone, breathing into the right side body, the right shoulder. Lift your head, come back to center. We're going to shift forward into tabletop all fours. So knees underneath the hips, wrists under the shoulders. And you can move through some traditional cat-cows, or if you like to bring your body, your head, and your spine in circles, you can do that here. It just starts to open up in a more fluid way in all directions. If you're going in circles, you just keep going in the one same direction. And we'll switch sides eventually. Just getting perhaps your head, your neck, your shoulders, your hips involved. No right or wrong way to do this. And if you're going in one direction, now you can switch your direction. Come back to center wherever you are. Come into a puppy stretch. Hips stay stacked over the knees, and then walk or slide your hands forward. Bring the forehead towards the mat. Tops of feet are pressing down. Push down through the palms and enliven the arms. Slight pull in of the belly. Just breathe a little deeper into your chest, your spine, your underarms. Okay, with care, we're going to walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. You're going to tuck your toes underneath for a toe stretch. You can bring your legs together here and then sit back on your heels. And this might be really intense for you, or it might not be. But if it is and you need to take breaks, you can just ease off on the toes and just sit on the tops of the feet. If you want to add on a little bit more, you can interlace the hands behind you. Give your shoulders a loop onto the back. Extend the elbows. Knuckles down and away, breathing into the chest, into the collarbones, and just find softness and ease here. If your hands are interlaced, just release your hands. Bring your hands to the ground and then push into your hands and just lift your knees up off the mat. And feel this stretch in your calves and your Achilles, so you're just bringing the weight in your heels. You can have your hands on the ground, or you can wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe you lift the chest off the spine for a little spinal stretch here. And then bring your hands back down, bring your knees down, walk your hands back forward, knees hip width distance apart. And you can point your toes and just give the tops of the feet a little tap a few times. Just bring the circulation back into the legs, the feet. And then we'll retuck the toes under and we'll push up and back to downward facing dog. So push down through the palms. Your sit bones are reaching up and back, so you're lengthening out the spine. You can pedal out the knees here just to open up the hamstrings a little more. Open up the down dog. So your chest is reaching towards the tops of the thighs. You can give your head a little nod, yes. Release any excess tension in the head or the neck. So if you're moving around, just come back to stillness in your dog. So you're going to inhale, we're going to shift forward into high plank. So hold here in your plank just to awaken the core. So your heels, hips, head, shoulders in one line. Pubic bone curls in towards the chin. Push the floor away. So there's like a puffing up in the back, so you're not collapsing in the shoulders. Engage and enliven the legs. You're welcome to shift slightly forward. And then as we exhale, we're going to come onto the belly. So you can always bring your knees down for support. Point your toes. Elbows hug in, shoulders loop onto the back. Inhale, come up into your baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes underneath, and then you're going to inhale, elbows in, push the floor away, push up through table or through high plank. And then exhale, shift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. And then exhale out through the mouth, let it go. You're going to look between your hands and then walk or step to the top of the mat, forward fold. You're going to inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders back, chin in. Exhale, forward fold. Root down to rise. You're going to reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, look up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a cycle of breath here. We'll move through a half sun salutations. You're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, little bend in the knees, biceps by the ears as you forward fold. That'll help strengthen the back. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, fingertips to shins or quads. Exhale, forward fold. Root down to rise. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One cycle of breath here. And let's flow, a full flow. Inhale, reach the arms up. So moving with intention. Exhale, forward fold, biceps by the ears as you lower down, strengthening and lengthening the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and smooth. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Continue the exhale, chaturanga. Come down either halfway or to your belly. Inhale is your upward facing or cobra. Exhale is your downward facing dog. Recenter, anchor back into your breath, come back to your intention. And you're going to bend the knees, look between the hands, and then walk or step to the top of the mat, forward fold. You're going to heel toe your feet into malasana. So nice and wide, have your heels in, toes out, and you're going to bend your knees so your knees track in line with the toes. You can always place a block underneath your sit bones, palms touch. Push your triceps to the insides of the inner legs. Firm the outer edges of your feet. Shoulders are soft, long spine, chest open. Relax your belly. You're going to root down with your heels. We're going to rise up with a long spine. Feel the power of your legs. Inhale, lift the chest, extend the legs, rise. And exhale, heel toe your feet hip width distance apart. Arms down by your side. Tadasana, mountain pose, shoulders onto the back, eyes along the horizon. And inhale, reach your arms up overhead, coming into a side stretch. Right arm grabs hold of the left wrist. As you exhale, arch up and over to the right, bowing the left side. Chest stays open. And inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, arch up and over to the left. Left hand grabs a hold of the right wrist. Root down through your right foot. Bow the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Lengthen, release your hands. As you exhale, lower the arms back down by your side. So nice tall spine, we're going to come into a bit of balance. So you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest, interlace your hands around your right knee, right shin, flex your right foot. Try not to lean back. Imagine as if there's a wall behind you. Firm the standing leg. Stay here and continue to breathe. And then let's challenge the balance a little bit by looking over to the right. Back to center, look over to the left. Back to center, look up. Back to center, look down. Center. And then we'll switch, release the hands, and we'll grab the foot behind us, bending the knee, coming into a quad stretch. So your right hand can hold onto the foot. If you can, maybe both hands grab onto the foot. Just focus your eyes on one point to help you with your balance, steady your breath. Knit the ribs in. and gently release. And we'll take it to the other side. So bend your left knee, place your fingers around your left shin, shoulders back, stand tall. Your standing supporting leg is strong and engaged. And focus your breath. And let's come into some practicing our balance by looking over to the right. Come back to center, look over to your left. Back to center, look up. Back to center, look down. Back to center. We'll switch our grip for a quad stretch. So just bring that left foot behind. Left hand can hold on to the left foot. Knees together, knit the ribs in, standing tall. One hand or both hands. Chest open, breathe. And then release, feet hip width distance apart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Anchor back to your breath. On your next inhale, sit back in your chair pose, Utkatasana. So bend your knees, sit back in your imaginary chair, weight in the heels. Pull the belly in, hug the shin bones back, chest open, shoulders down and away. Keep drawing the thumbs back in space. Continue to breathe. Firm the outer edges of the knees and the thighs so the knees aren't collapsing in. Might start to feel a little bit of heat and just stay with it. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward fold, all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, nice and smooth, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders in, or chin in, shoulders back. As you exhale, plant your palms, step back, continue the exhalation, chaturanga, come down halfway or to your belly. Inhale is your upward facing or cobra, engage the legs, shoulders back. And then as you exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose, and then exhale out through the mouth. Lift your heels up nice and high, pushing your bum back. And then as you exhale, plant your knees down. We're going to come into some work here on the hands and knees. So you're going to keep your right hand down and extend your left leg out behind you and have your heel down, left toes fan out. So your outer edge of your left foot's parallel to the back of the mat, and your left arm's going to open up. So you're in a modified side plank. If you need more stability, just turn your right shin towards the back. So your pubic bone is curling in. Stabilize that right shoulder. And from here, we're going to reach the left arm up and over. You're going to find your balance and then point your left toes, and you're going to lift the left leg up and then tap it down. Just a light tap. Lift it up. Tap it down. Lift it up. Tap it down. Lift it up. And then from here, you're going to bend your left knee, take your left arm behind you, and grab a hold of the inside of the left foot and start to kick your foot into the hand, opening up the chest. Nice and steady and stable. Maybe you look up. Bring your gaze back to the floor. Re-extend the leg and the arm and come back to all fours. Simple switch to the other side. So you're just going to extend that right leg out behind you, bring that right foot down, heel in, toes out. Modified side plank, right arm goes up to the sky. If you need more stability, just turn the left shin towards the back or out on an angle. Pubic bone curls in, stabilize the left shoulder, reach your right arm up and over. And then start to point your right toes. You're just going to lift that right leg, let it lift, and tap down. You're going to feel your core turn on. Let it lift, left leg or right leg lifts, and tap down. And lift, tap down, and lift. This time we bend the right knee, take your right arm back, grab the inside of the right foot, kick your foot into the hand, starting to open up the chest, coming into this half bow. Maybe you lift your gaze, breathe. And then re-extend the leg and the arm and lower back down, all fours, tabletop position. Tuck your toes underneath, push up and back, downward facing dog. Recenter, recalibrate. We're going to inhale, sweep the right leg up, three-legged dog, and then bend the right knee, open up the hips, knee becomes the highest point. Invite in a few ankle rolls in one direction with your right foot. And then the other direction. Re-extend the right leg, square off the hips, keep pushing down through the hands. Inhale. As you exhale, shift forward, knee towards your chest, pull in, push the floor away. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, moving like a ninja. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, kiss, touch. Inhale, right leg extends up. Exhale, right knee to left shoulder, tap, let it touch, cross. Inhale, right leg sweeps up, just awakening the core. Exhale, step your right foot through between the hands. Gently place the left knee down and reach your arms up overhead. Low lunge. Drop that right hip down, right hip pulls back, left knee forward. Chest is open, shoulders soft. Take your left hand down and just grab a hold lightly of the left thigh, placing the hand on the left thigh. And then start to reach your right arm up and back. So rather than just dumping backwards, you go up and out. Showing your heart, chest open, everything is squared to the front. And maybe you slide that left hand back a little bit down the left thigh. Breathing into your heart, nice and calm. And then with care, we come back to center and frame your right foot. You're gonna extend your right leg, half split. Right toes come towards the face. You can always place blocks under your hands, soften the shoulders, have long spine here. Breathe into it. You're gonna take your arms to the inside of the right leg, keeping your leg and your body, your lower half of the body where it is, and just walk your hands to the left. It's like you're creating a downward dog action. You're on the fingertips, and just slide your hips back, keeping your right knee and right toes facing up towards the sky. Just getting into different parts of the hamstring. And then walk your hands back to center, and both arms now go on the outside of the right foot, creating this different shape with the body to open up different areas of the hamstring and the spine. Keep finding that length in the spine and maintain that right knee and toes facing up towards the sky. Breathe into it. Come back to frame your right foot, and then bend your right knee, shift it forward, preparing for lizard. So you're going to heel toe your right foot out to the right, arms are on the inside. Your hands could just be here on the ground, that could be perfect. Or maybe you come onto your elbows or your forearms, and you can also use blocks here to bring the floor up to you. So we're here, we're going to hold this shape, but don't hold the breath. The legs are still dynamic, so the right hip's pulling back, left knee forward, and that's just a subtle, energetic movement. It's an intention. So as you're sinking forward in the hips, you're maintaining a lift in the chest and the spine. Relax your jaw, relax your fingers, soften the shoulders. All right, if you're on your elbows, you're just going to come back onto your hands. If you have blocks there, remove the blocks. Hands are on the mat. You're going to tuck your left toes underneath, power up your back leg. Keep pulling the belly in, push the floor away, and you're going to step back to high plank. From here, we're going to come down onto the forearms, forearm plank. Keep curling the pubic bone in towards the chest. We're going to walk our feet into dolphin pose. So palms are down, elbows are under the shoulders, walk the feet in. Don't worry about if your heels touch the floor or not. You want to draw your chest towards the tops of the thighs. Breathe into it. And then you're going to look between your hands and see if you could just press onto your hands. Just lift your elbows Into downward dog. Readjust your hands here as you need. Adjust your feet. You're going to bend your knees, look between your hands, and then walk or step to the top of the mat. Feet hip width distance, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders back, chin in. Exhale, forward fold. Root down to rise. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Cycle of breath here. And then bend your elbows so your palms are open, standing here with the eyes along the horizon, shoulders down and away. And just receive the prana, the life force that's moving through you, focusing on your breath. Okay, we're going to move through a flow, moving with intention rather than through habitual movement. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, a little bend in the knees, biceps by the ears to strengthen the back body. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Continue the exhale, chaturanga, come down halfway. Inhale is your upward facing, shoulders back, engage the legs, the knees are off the mat if you're in upward facing. And then as you exhale, push up and back, downward facing. Take a breath in through your nose. And a nice big exhale out through the mouth. Release, let it go, recalibrate, recenter. Come back to your intention or your dedication. We get to move to the other side from a whole new perspective, meeting ourselves in the moment. Anchor into your breath, moving like a ninja. Inhale, left leg's going to sweep up, three-legged dog. Knee becomes the highest point as you bend the left knee. Open up the hips, invite in some ankle rolls in one direction. Try to keep squaring off the hips to the front, or the shoulders to the front. Hips are open. And then switch your direction with your ankle roll. And then re-extend the left leg, close the hips, push down through the hands, inhale, long spine. Exhale, some core work, shift yourself forward, knee in towards the center, pull in, in. Inhale, left leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, bring it out to the side, let it touch. Inhale, left leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, cross, let it touch. Inhale, left leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. And exhale, step it through, low lunge. Place your right knee down and reach your arms up. Drop that left hip down. So create your foundation. Left hip pulls back, right knee forward, and reach your arms up overhead. Soften the shoulders, thumbs back in space. Anchor into your breath. And then take your right hand down to your right thigh. And everything is squared off to the front. You're going to lift up and out. As the shoulders soften, maybe slide that right hand back any amount. Protect the neck as you need. If you need to keep the chin in, you can, or just lift the gaze slightly so the head stays in line with the spine. Breathe into your heart, nice and easeful. All right, with care, come back to center. We're going to frame the left foot, half split. So bring your hips back, flex the left toes toward the face, soften the shoulders, and try to keep the hips in line with the knees here so you're not off to the side. So left hip in line with the left toes. We're going to add in the dimensions here, opening up the hamstring a little more. So you're going to take your hands onto the right side and walk yourself over about halfway and extend the arms out on the fingertips. And as you do that, you're going to keep pulling the hips back as you elongate the spine. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. And then we'll walk the hands back to center, walk them all the way over to the left side of the leg. So now you're crossing over as far out as you can. Again, you can always use blocks under the hands. Keep your left knee and left toes facing up towards the sky. As you elongate the spine, breathe. Okay, and then come back to center. Re-bend the left knee, preparing for lizard. So you're going to heel toe your left foot out to the left, create some space for your arms. Hands are down on the mat. As you hinge the hips forward, maintain the lift in the chest. You can always bring your elbows down or forearms down or on blocks. Once you get there, we check in with our internal eyesight and we take a scan and we just see where we might be gripping or holding, and just use your exhales to soften the jaw, the shoulders, the fingers. Moment by moment, breath by breath. Okay, if you're on your elbows or on blocks, just go back to your hands and put your props aside. And then your hands are on the mat. You're going to tuck your right toes underneath and power up your back leg. So we're preparing to step back to plank. So push the floor away, pull the belly in, and then very lightly step your left leg back so you're in high plank. We're going to come down to our forearms again. Pubic bone is curling in towards the chin, legs engaged, palms down, and we'll walk the feet into dolphin. So walk them in any amount. Your bum goes back, pushing down through the forearms, and your chest is reaching towards the tops of the thighs. Nice and steady and stable. Nice and strong. You're going to look between your hands again. Try to keep your hands shoulder width distance apart. And you're going to see if you can keep the elbows in and push onto the hands into downward facing dog. Bit of a tricky transition. You're going to shift forward back into high plank. And we'll come into a side plank. So left arm's going to reach up, drop onto the outer edges of your right foot. Either stagger the feet or stack them. Try not to sickle the ankles. The ankles are strong. And lift up in the right side body. Left arm to the sky or arch up and over. Look down, come to center plank, other side. Simple switch. Right arm opens up, side plank. Try to keep that right hip stacked over the left. Strong ankles, push into the floor, stabilize the left shoulder. Right arm can arch up and over. Come back to your high plank, and then shift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose, and an exhale out through the mouth, let it go. We're going to bend the knees, look between the hands, and then walk or step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, shoulders back, chin in. Exhale, forward fold. Root down to rise. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, palms touch, look up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One cycle of breath here, recalibrate. Hands down by your side, Tadasana mountain pose. We're going to prepare for our peak pose, which is dancers. So you're going to take your left hand to your waist, your hip, and take your right arm out as if you're holding a tray. Again, realign your spine. You're going to bend your right knee, grab a hold of the inside of the right foot. It's all right if your knees bend or your left knee bends to get that. Once you have the foot, readjust, stand tall, knit the ribs in. Your left hand can come into a half prayer in the center of your heart, or maybe reach the left arm up, palm forward, facing forward, or in, or Gyan Mudra, thumb and pointer finger together. As you're here, you're going to start to pendulum yourself forward as your chest comes forward, kicking your foot into your hand. And again, you can bend your left knee to get into it. And then once you're in, find that lift and extension, that grace and that softness, and breathe. With so much care and control, we come back to center and just pause for a moment before we go to the other side. And then from here, we'll take it to the other side. So we'll bring the right hand to the hip, left arm, palm is open as if you're holding a tray or you're like a teacup. Bend your left knee, grab a hold of the inside of the left foot, readjust, knit the ribs in. Maybe half prayer with the right hand or right arm is up, palm in or out, or Gyan Mudra. Maybe a little bend in the right knee to get into the shape. Focus your eyes on one point and start to kick your left foot into the hand as you pendulum your chest forward. And then once you find your edge, you're just going to start to lift. Extend the right leg, that uplifting feeling, that softness and ease and grace. With care and control, we come back to stand, and we'll stand with the palms up, elbows bent, shoulders onto the back, either eyes open or closed. Either way, allow yourself to receive. Come back to your breath, to your intention, your dedication, and receive the wisdom that's flowing through you. And if your eyes are closed, you can open the eyes, let the light come back in, lower the arms down. And we'll take a big step back with the left leg for a wide-legged forward fold. So you're facing the long edge of your mat on the left side. Take your hands to your hips, and we'll bring the hips back in space. As we exhale, we'll start to bring the hips back and forward fold. Heels are behind the toes. Let your hands come down to the ground. Integrity in the legs to support ourselves. Shoulders out of the ears, and just let your chin come in. You can be here, or if you like, maybe you want to take your hands behind your head, interlace, and just gently pulling on the back of your head to stretch the back of the neck and the spine. Wherever you are, just breathe into your belly. Maybe you want to interlace the hands behind you. So many options here for your forward fold. Just find calm and ease wherever you are. Bring your hands to the floor if they're not already there. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift fingertips onto the ground, long spine, and exhale, forward fold. We're going to walk our hands, frame the right foot, all 10 toes face forward, everything is square to the front of the mat, and then step back to high plank. On your exhale, we're going to lower all the way down to the belly. Let everything touch the floor at one point. Point your toes. Preparing for bow pose. Your legs are hip-width distance apart, arms down by your side. If you prefer locust, you can take locust here, just lifting the arms, the legs, chest, and shoulders. For bow, we're going to bend the knees, grab a hold of the ankles, either toes pointed or ankles flexed. Your knees are going to want to splay out, so you want to keep them hip-width distance apart, squeezing the shoulders onto the back. Lift your forehead off the mat, and then kick your feet into your hands. As you lift, maybe you lift the gaze. And how calm and steady can you be here? Just drop into your breath. Feeling the back body enliven. This is such a stabilizing shape. It's tridoshic, so it's balancing for everyone. Okay, and then gently release. Release your legs and stack your palms, making a pillow for your forehead. And just relax your body, let everything go. Bring your hands by your upper chest. And we're just going to push up and back to a closed-legged child's pose. So legs come together. Sit back on your heels. And then have your arms by your side. Relax your chest and forehead and let your shoulders go, coming into a little seed. Maybe close down your eyes. Just let your belly be soft. Allow this to be nurturing. You're going to roll yourself up. We're going to come to sit on our sit bones and bring the legs forward in front of us. We're going to roll down, so make sure there's some space behind you. You may or may not need a block, so just have one close by within arm's reach when you lay down. Plant your feet on the mat and remind them to stay down. They might want to lift up. Arms out in front of you, my favorite way to roll down. Pull the belly in so much that when you start to roll down, you feel the lower back touch the mat first. If it skips, that's okay. You'll get better at it as you practice. Feet down, articulating the spine. Come all the way down. Now we're moving to shoulder stand. If you know that that's not for you, maybe you have a block close by. And if you don't have a block, you can just bring your legs up towards the sky, pausing there, or you can come into bridge. If you have a block, you can do supportive waterfall with the legs up, or just be in supported bridge. If you're coming into shoulder stand with me, you want to trust yourself and keep your head facing forward. Do not look from left to right. And that's just to protect your neck. So if you're coming with me, you're going to take your legs up to the sky, lift your hips up, and take your hands to your lower back. Just holding yourself up here. Make sure you can still breathe effortlessly here. The breath is not constrained. Your legs could either be on an angle or legs up stacked over your hips. And here we find that deep calm. Coming into this inversion, bringing in that downward flow of energy, that calming energy. If you're in shoulder stand and you like to come into plow, you can, with so much care, start to bring the legs up overhead, behind your head. Maybe the toes touch, maybe not. Each day is different. Again, making sure you can still breathe freely. Okay, if you're in shoulder stand, just support yourself again. We're going to slowly, with so much care, start to roll down. Bending your knees, plant your feet on the mat, and just pause here for a moment. Take a second to readjust and receive. Let the body adjust. Now for the counter stretch, I'll bring us into fish pose. If you're in a different shape, feel free to stay in that if you want to come to fish with me. So your feet are on the floor. Lift your hips up and then hook your thumbs behind the back body and gently pull the thumbs apart. Your palms are facing down. And then walk your arms and elbows and shoulders in as close together as you can. And then relax your back and bum down onto your arms. Make sure you have nothing in your hair, no clips or anything. Extend your legs out, feet are flexed, and you're going to shift majority of your weight onto your elbows. And then crown of the head comes back and down. So your weight is on your arms, not dumping on your neck. So you're active here. Don't let your eyes roll all the way back. And just breathe, find that calmness, that ease, breathing into your chest, your throat. When you feel ready, you'll start to release. Come back down onto your back, release your arms, bend your knees. Take a moment to just receive. Receive the effects of the postures of the asana. And then before we twist, we'll come into a figure four. So cross your right ankle, let it clear your left thigh, right foot is flexed. Option one, push your right hand to your right thigh, push the thigh away. Option two, interlace the fingers behind the back of the left thigh or around the left shin. Relax the shoulders. Option three, if you want, you can extend the left leg up, flex the left foot. Maybe you can reach for your left calf, or maybe you can even reach for your left toes if you have that openness. Okay, so you decide, you choose what feels best and supportive for you in this moment. And you can explore the unit of your legs, maybe shift them a little bit over to the left, finding those little pockets of tightness or density, and just exhale through it. Okay, wherever you are, just come back to center. Place the left foot down. Cross the right leg completely over the left. Lift your hips up and scooch them over to the right. Coming into this twist, drop your legs over to the left. Maybe left hand holds the right thigh as the right arm opens up, palm up. Looking over to your right. If this is too much pressure on your low back, feel free to unravel the legs and just stack the legs. Okay, let that right shoulder get nice and heavy and soft. Allow yourself to receive this twist. Belly is soft. The inhale is the embrace. And the exhale is that emptiness, that letting go. And with so much care, we come back to center, unravel the legs, and re-level and re-square the hips. So you might need to lift them up a little bit and lower back down. Figure four, other side. So cross your left ankle, let it clear the right thigh, left foot is flexed. Option one, push the left thigh away. Option two, thread. Interlace the hands behind the back of the right thigh or around the right shin. Option three, maybe you extend the right leg, flex the right foot, grab a hold of your right calf. Make sure there's no pressure or anything on your actual knee. Maybe you can reach for the toes. Wherever you are, just make sure your shoulders are relaxed, tailbone heavy, chin in. And maybe here explore the unit of your legs, shift them over to the right a little bit, and drop into your breath, especially the exhales to help you release. Come back to center, place your right foot down, cross your left leg completely over the right, preparing for a twist. Lift your hips up and push them over to the left a little bit, and then draw your legs down to the right. Right hand holds onto the left thigh, left arm opens up, palm is open, so you're letting that left shoulder externally rotate. Soften here, maybe close down your eyes or just soften the gaze and just breathe into your belly. And receive this balancing posture, inviting in equilibrium. All right, with so much care, we come back to center, unravel the legs. If your hips have wavered a little bit, just lift them up and lower it back down, recenter. Bring both knees in towards your chest, hug yourself here. You can either keep your head down or lift your head up and come into a nice little tiny seed. Thank you, body. Maybe kiss your knees. Thank you, thank you. And let's come into Shavasana, our final resting shape. So take your legs out nice and wide and long. If you want to use props underneath the backs of your thighs, you can. However you want to support yourself in your Shavasana. This is just a nice way to release the lower back. Arms out, palms open, so we're open and receptive. I always like to give my chest a little lift and gently tuck the shoulder blades under and then relax the back down so the heart is nice and open. Take any cleansing breaths that you need to fully land and arrive in your final resting shape. Your whole body is resting on the ground here. There's nothing left here for you to do. There's nowhere else for you to be. Nothing is asked of you. And this time is here for you to nourish yourself on such deep levels and layers and dimensions. Resting to the core of you, all the way dropping into your true essence. And just know that the more that you can relax here, soften, the deeper you are held. So allow yourself to rest here in pure, spacious awareness. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Just notice what it feels like. Notice what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multi-dimensional being. And know that this place of deep ease and calm and centeredness is always, always available to you. It is always there. You slowly and gently begin your return by deepening your breath. And start to bring some movement back to your body. Maybe you move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Bring your arms up overhead for a nice big stretch, stirring your body back into wakefulness. Then bring your knees in toward you. Just give yourself another hug here. Acknowledge your efforts. And thank yourself for showing up today and for filling up your own cup, pouring into yourself. And you can roll over onto one side, any side, and just pause on your side for a moment. Take a couple breaths here in this in-between space. Tuning into gratitude for all of our resources in life. Tuning into gratitude for our beautiful bodies, how they carry us through life, its unconditional service to us, allowing us to have this human experience. And then in your own time and in your own way, make yourself upright to a comfortable seated position so we can close our practice together. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands could be on the thighs or on the lap, palms up or down. Just close down your eyes or soften the gaze. Nice tall spine. And just soften into your breath. Come back to any intention you may have said or a dedication. Just be with that here, just resting your awareness in your heart space, in the center of the heart, in the light of the heart. Receive your breath. Receive the present moment. And then bring one hand to your heart, and the other hand on top of that hand. Slight bow in of the chin, and notice how this gesture feels to you. Take a breath into your heart. Exhale into your heart and have compassion and care and kindness towards your beautiful self, giving thanks. And I thank you so much for your trust and for sharing your practice with me today. From my heart to yours, namaste.